How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. Welcome to Bioumuth. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Deadeye. Deadeye. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you...
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing?
Better heart.
The best end is the one you decide yourself, and it seems we're headed in the right direction.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. The oil sludge is everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Hold on to that. Wiped out. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multimorphin that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Finished him off. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Slicing dice. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Looper Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with... The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono... Now that from this... One day, the land won't be as peaceful. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. He lost you there for a while, but no memory. He says he remembers every single day he devoted. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse, the toxin... His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his Octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made... He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Ah, you're too sharp to fall for that. Let me guide you into the light.
Wait, what? No, you were off to such a great start.
I always knew you had a good heart.
Just think of yourself, would you? The world is ending.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's two nearby. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Come, Reaper.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out-of-Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of... Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. You should be able to use that. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Points out that the Sifu has a tight schedule, but is willing to let you in and find out if he has an open slot.
Sibi? Lapfanen aginkan man. Karatna fal hutut mustugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in bunker. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses that
Gelet not.
there's some...
Line for rotna mika.
The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the...
Can both?
Your Muma invented Wung Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain.
Can both?
Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. Says there has to be some dark so that light can prove its purity above it, and promises this will happen if you help them unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the Tree of Life.
Wapala misa.
He could only hope for you to do that, and is thankful you know what's right. That's a sign of strength.
Did wuru wusa hat.
The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe.
To guy la wood there.
Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Saramoto?
Even though you don't share their values, they hope you'll lead with mercy. The outcome of this war is up to you.
Mulikan frifgel.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon.
Britta.
Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again.
Hohohotin.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Hello?
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you. The will to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help. Wonders if Ankati has plenty to do, so no worries. Says if you like to go out on the surf, you should find Goop. Wishes you goodbye. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled. Feels good. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored. He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? Way to go. Don't let the sound of the waves drown out your spirit. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Kalino?
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go.
Ritsentele.
You know you can't make up for lost time.
Ansonbara.
You should know. Practice makes perfect.
Nampusa.
She'll see you at the village square.
Kanyalano Toro.
She'll be waiting for you. There will be a surprise for you at the end, too. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling of your environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing counts. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He says only a few are willing to do the little things, but if you make enough of them, they can have a big impact too. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes being considerate will help you feel at peace with yourself. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your best. You can't do more than that. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you. That makes him wonder why you were here looking for it. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. They push each other to become better, and sometimes someone gets pushed down along the way.
Volakamun Rutna.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Domale tuk.
If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, she thinks you're absolutely right.
Domale tuk.
The most important thing is that you're okay.
Can't see.
It's time to focus on your training now. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He wishes that was true for your Muma too, but guiding the village into the future and teaching Wang Fu to her disciples seems more important for every day. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics. He's curious to see what you've found. He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into the wilds to look for a bionucleus pool and refresh his DNA. He says it's about time you learn how and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found. The style might be too edgy for him. You should take it with you, wear it to practice. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll... Your Muma says it's about time you got here. Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. Thanks you for being such a good student. Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz. You should go see him and... Catchy.
Yo no massa manbaru.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Sadurutu.
A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device.
Antoro.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Sadurutu.
You're lucky to have such a fine helper with you.
Pala.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Antoro.
Says a good rest makes you ready for tomorrow. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Kensido. Tamamu.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. A group. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. Not really. It's west of Bricktown. Look, an emergency box from the... Wow, bet that knuck makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Clonkety-clonk. That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol... The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it... Toxanol never cared about the... There must be a... So many critters make their home in the forest. You found the whereabouts. The deepest, darkest forest in the land. Sometimes hard to see for all the trees. That's a Jagni tribe outpost. Give your eyelights a chance to adjust to the dawn.
Spændende Lassie Taylors fairy tale.
Disgusting. Biohazard. Just gross. Mercadorpus Outpost, a Jagni tribe stronghold. Let's see. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict a... Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb logger. Spot wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Didn't line them up just right. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Didn't line them up just right. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Didn't line them up just right. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together. Maybe that key will match. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if wants revenge on... A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it. Then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned... Out of date says he's...
Gabobe Fari.
You're negative. But out... That doesn't sound good. Out of date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of.
Tamuk Gakuzata.
Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen-deprived dead zone all the way out to the World Eater. Amazing to see so much happening today. That's a gnote. Easy prey for Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. It's the chug yard. Nothing simple. It's locked. Locked, but good. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say. The Toxanol Corporation used... They can carry you. You're on the right... Go make the most of the day. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Might not need that now, but you will later. Bomper Bonker's busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Don't flinch away from this. It's your moment. You need to focus. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Let's see. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. I need to Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him... Gizmo remembered... But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes it carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. He understands. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history...
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous.
I've got all the cold sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to, but I want to.
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seem so centered and so... But that's... Gizmo... You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to... Life is a difficult game. No, looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half... That's the leftover you're looking for. So little alive here. Nice view. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a few... Save your energy. The grease monkey's mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
In
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Moog says that all your out there with the monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you? You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies. Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot. Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else. Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights, and they keep putting up new ones. He's not sure. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Thinks that it all... Fortunately for you, there's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Let's see. Just put one stomper after the other. Wait, it's the scrip hole-up. The place is just filled with critters. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. You can't wait to get out, can you? Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Be careful not to trip. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. The best stories are about heroes. This is such a story. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. Gizmo's... It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone. He's sure you remember enough of what he did. Gizmo wants to help if he can. So many places to be today. Go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Solitude, You sound a little wheezy. Steady, tready as you go. Knock them flat. Bang Shelter 7B is still there, open and ready to shelter. Stories keep moving whether you drive them or not. You can take all the hits. Your eyes are opened. Nothing but dead air here. Your lungs aren't built for this. stop to rest. Boom! Make that one dead. Bullseye. The dark can make you miss the day fierce. That's a jumbo puff with an appetite. Ain't no fuzz. Better put an end to it before it ends our world. Uh-oh, the jumbo puff is kicking it up a notch. It's time for an electric performance. Ouch! A couple of more hits and it's a fried circuit board. bad feeling about this. It goes all the way down to the stomach. Start like a snack, and you'll end up with a ride down the intestinal canal. That's too close to the end station. Better move up and away, or be swept out the bowel way. Look at you, all pooped out. From this point on, there's no way forward but going back in. That's too close to the end station. Better move up and away, or be swept out the bowel way. Wow, what a super-sized wormwing. That must be as big as they come. You see, it's what's on the inside that counts. That meaty Taurus is already offbeat. End it. Look at you, all pooped out. From this point on, there's no way forward but going back in. Let's do this again. The story needs a hero. That's too close to the end station. Better move up and away, or be swept out the bowel way. Taurus is pumping at half a beat. You know what to do. Better pumped out than flushed down. Don't let it happen again. Guessed it would go down with a throw-up. Can it really get any better than that? He thanks you for dealing with the first World Eater. It's a start. You should, even if out of date. spot that fixer-upper? Got to be something worthwhile in it. Imagine being stuck in the woods forever time. You found Boulder Broke. Toxanol used this place to make big rocks into small ones. They just ground everything down. You're a long way from the sun. This is called suburbia, a place to get away from the cityscape. There it is, the Tree of Life. The idea that all life is related. Don't let your mount ignore you. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. He worries about you. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and... Think of the present because he's worried. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. Out of date. He said... That's the sound of impending doom. Out-of-date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The porcupine needs to be handled. He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. He wonders what's on... No time to graze, let's go. There's a lot on the line here. world is called anywhere, which is maybe why Click calls it home. This fellow seems shocked to see you. He's heard of it, says it's better. Figures. Are you? Asks you to think of the world like a set of locks. Every time better than the world. Can't understand why you work with the myriad. Someone needs to lock them up. You look like you'd be a fun lock to pick. Says back in the days, no one lock. He keeps his business low-key. The gears mesh well between you. It'll be easier for Just flip the switch of a generator that produces superheated, glowy air and get on it when the lightning charge forms. Simple, right?
Light instantly banishes dark.
How much light do you really need?
All the light, all of it!
I mean, you could leave a little space for the dark.
All the light.
Could have missed this village. It's called Mamble Clump. Nothing's more important right now than this. That's a Toxanol Zap station. Just flip the switch of the generator to produce superheated, glowy air and get on it when the lightning forms. has to end this plague before it's too late. You did good, but the lightning did all the work. Head back to Click to amp up the Clonk Fist.
Katacha.
Click says your fist is... He figures... He's talking about remains of figures you...
Better isn't the word I would use.
Right, not better. Best.
You're the worst.
The worst of being the worst. We're just the best.
Click says you're locked together in fate. Says you should take it easy. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? The Bullybul glade is beautiful. Watch out for Jumble. He'd heard about you blending your way into the world. He wants... Thinks it's awesome you join. He needs... Jump.
Come,
Slow down. Why would you rush in?
when you see what you want, why wait?
Well, what about being careful?
Ha! Poppycock! Full speed ahead!
Getting